there we go, guys. All good. Guess what I've got in here? Oh, God. I'll give you a clue. Beer. Cold beer with ice on it. Sitting out in the sun. The clouds have gone away now. I've got the sun on me. Doesn't matter. Got a cold beer. Oops. One thing I haven't how to get the lid off. Thought I was pretty special. I bought this thing at 7-Eleven. And it's got a lid on it and everything. I put the stubbies in it. And guess what? There you see, stubbies stick up too high, so can't put the lid on it. But it's got an opener on the side of it. I've been saved. I've been saved, mate. Being an Aussie boy, I do know how to get the lid off a beer without having to do that. Here we go, look at this. Well, blokes in Australia, got snow and ice. I'm cooking here, but I'll have a beer, I feel better. So they've cut all my trees down here. I haven't got any shade to sit under. I'm going to have to buy an umbrella or something if I'm going to do these little recordings. I want to get away from the main sort of town. People sit there talking to yourself. People give you a strange look sometimes. Not a problem. It's good to be out. Better when that cloud, but the big thunderstorm clouds coming around. So maybe, you know, I just got to do what I got to do. What am I going to do? What am I going to film? What am I going to talk about? Okay, we'll talk about what your job is as a Western man when you come to Thailand. What is your job? You know, you can come here and you say, oh, I'll get some work. I'll go and become a part-time teacher, which you sort of can do without any qualifications. There's all sorts of loopholes and tricks, and you might get paid as much, and you might have to work in not a major school, in some other school. But if you're a native-speaking English person, you'll get work as an English teacher. And another thing, if you've got any trade qualifications, you can use them to become an English teacher. That's strange. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your job when you come to Thailand. Your job as a Western man when you come to Thailand. Do you know what your job is? I'll keep this very short and very brief. Your job is to drink beer. And you might say, that's a bit of a narrow, cynical view on things. But guess what? Your job is to drink beer. You try to learn Thai language. The people you're with who are Thai don't really want you to learn Thai language. And after a while, I tell you, foreigners shouldn't try to learn Thai because you don't need it. They'll tell you everything you need to do. So what's your job in Thailand? What's your job as a Western? Oh, shit. I've got that on video. Oh, my job is to buy a proper chair. My first job is to buy a proper chair. Thailand's different. The old stool here, she's lasted fairly well. I bought it years ago. She's given up the gun, given up the ghost on the seat. Now, you know, into the bushes. That's probably a Thai way of doing things. They do throw a lot of stuff away. They don't think much about fixing. But I can take that down here. I know a canvas man in town here. He'll chuck a new seat on that for probably 200 bahts, which is 10 bucks. Heavy duty canvas may even be a lot less than that. It might be 100 bahts. So I'll get that fixed. Well, there you go. It's the second time I fell over this week. I was walking through a major supermarket the other day, and some little kid, by the look of it, had a spew on the tiles, and I stepped in it. Only about 6-inch little circle of spew. I stepped in it with my flip-flops, thongs, and I just skidded. My front foot just went straight out. As you can imagine, standing in a pool of greasy, wet spew. And down I went, did the full ballerina split, landed on my elbows, flat out on the floor. Would have looked great on the security cameras. Guess what? I'm in Thailand. Suddenly I'm being attacked by all these people. I'm not being attacked. What it is everybody suddenly got hands on me trying to help me stand up. Yeah, you know, that was a bit unusual. I thought, yeah, it's good. Anyway, I got up and started sort of walking the saunas a little bit, you know, to make sure I was not broken anything, you know, or torn the ligaments or something. Sort of come good, yeah. Went to the front step of the shop, which wasn't too far away, and cleaned the slime off me bottom of my shoe. Went back inside. The security people that stand around this huge supermarket shopping mall complex, not one of them made an effort to come and clean up the spew or put a witch's hat or any barrier to protect other people from falling over. They didn't want to know about it. I thought, how different to the West. If you slipped over in a supermarket or a big shopping place, there would be the microphone saying, you know, mop person to aisle 5 straight away, because they get sued the hell out of them. But over here you don't sue people, you fall over, you didn't stand in the spew, it's because you didn't look where you're walking. And I was walking a little bit quicker than I would have been because I was going to buy something. By fault. Didn't hurt myself, a bit sore around the groin area from doing the splits, but okay, didn't even break any skin. Right, yeah, I fell off the bloody chair. I just filming too. Your job in Thailand is to drink beer, not fall off a chair. God, this beer's nice. And you saw, I don't know if you're familiar with it, it's a zero alcohol beer. On a hot day like today, with sweat pouring out of me and plenty of ice in the beer, it's beautiful. I'll have a couple of them. Your job in Thailand is to drink beer, sit in front of the air conditioner, dress well, because you have a partner. You will never come to Thailand and not have a partner. You have a partner or a person, a significant person who is looking after you. Even if you're not, even if you're a single man, you'll have someone. And your job is to go out to restaurants, enjoy the good food, dress well, be seen with your partner. I'm talking generally, I'm talking about 98% of people. And everybody knows that 98% of people is everybody else and not you. It's everybody else, 98%. But your job is to pay the bills. Roundabout way. Sometimes the bills get paid by other people, but you'll get the opportunity to refund that money. Unless you're what we call in some countries an absolute heel, an absolute bludger that just lives off other people's money, you will feel obliged to repay everything that other people spend on you, and that's fair enough too. So what's your job? Your job is to drink beer, eat, sit in front of the air conditioner, and try not to get fat. Thai people don't want you to learn about Thai culture. Thai people, they'll teach you about culture, like Sin Sod. You blokes know what Sin Sod is. For you people that don't know what Sin Sod is, it's a cultural thing. When you marry a Thai lady, you've got to pay her mother an amount of money depending on how much you value the woman that you are going to marry. So you can see it's really how much you can afford. Sin Sod. It's the old opposite version of a dowry in the old English days. You know, the woman used to have to come with a bag of money to get married. Now, over here it's different, it's the other way around. You've got to pay the mother some money, a lot of money sometimes, you know. Sin Sod. And other cultural things, yeah, you pay the money and drink beer. And what do you get for that? What do you get for paying the bills, drinking beer, sitting around the house, going to the bar in the evening, going out to restaurants and drinking cold beer and having a laugh and fun with people, all the Thai relatives? It's good if you've got good Thai relatives, that's good fun. What do you get for it? You get absolutely everything. You are a pampered poodle. It's the only way to say it. You're a pampered poodle. You'll get everything you want. You get your pillows fluffed for you. You'll get the stool brought to you to put your feet up on in front of the telly. You'll get all the food brought to you. You'll never go hungry. You don't have to say, oh, what are you going to buy me to eat tonight, darling? You'll have food will come from all directions. Cold beer will come, the ice will come. You'll get absolutely looked after. Now, see, that's beautiful. You get everything that a man could want and dream about. But it comes with a price. The only thing you're allowed to do is drink beer, eat food, sit in front of the air conditioner, and go to the bar or go out to restaurants at night and drink more beer. And you've got to try not to get fat for your own benefit, because in the Thai culture, being rotund is looked at on as being wealthy and healthy and doing well. If you're rotund, you're doing well in life. You know? So the skinny man means you got no friends. Oh, it's a Thai saying. Okay, well, it's a Thai saying. When you're fat, you smell like roses. When you're skinny, you stink. Basically means if you're eating well, you're doing well, you're going to have a lot of friends hanging around you. But when you're skinny, you got no money, you're not eating very well, you haven't got very many friends at all, you stink. Yeah, Thai saying. So being overweight is not offensive in Thailand. Yeah, so that's your job. Drink cold beer. I'll get another one. Jesus, fell off my chair. Oh, it did look a bit dodgy. But I thought it'd give me a warning before it let go, but it didn't. I've got to learn how to tell stories. I'm going to tell the story about when I was in northern Thailand and ended up with no money, broke, sleeping on the streets. I'll tell that story one day, but I've got to practice telling stories and learn the art of telling a story, because I'm not a natural storyteller. I practice telling a story. It's called From a Back Soy Girl to a High Soy Girl in 3 Easy Steps. Now, a back soy girl or a soy girl. Soy means lane. So you got soy dogs of homeless dogs that live in the lanes. Soy just means a lane, back lane. There's a sort of a saying, soy girl. It just means that Thailand is very much classes. So you've got about 4 or 5 different classes. And it's not like India where you're born into a class. In Thailand, you can jump classes very quickly just by having money. You know, you can be born. Bloody hell, fell off my chair, mate. Okay, the rest of the story's coming up in part 2. We'll see how we go, see if I can really tell the story or not. But it's like all things, you got to try, and I'm trying, and we'll see what happens. Cheers guys, enjoy your cold beer wherever you guys are in the world.